17-0, has yet to lose. The Falcons looking to change that tonight and give Liberty their first loss, and that's Katie Mihalik with the first 2 points of the game off the glass. A 50-second possession by the Liberty Blue Jays results in 2. Falcons will have to keep a watchful eye on Olivia Nelson. Along with Jillian Fleming, who dropped 24 on the Falcons in a 45-28 win at Liberty a few weeks ago. And this is Nelson, who will take time to set up the offense. Looks to drive. Mary Mason, no good. Rebound, Mihalik. Back out to Mason, now back over to Nelson. One-on-one with Neff. Into the post. Mihalik draws the foul. So Katie Mihalik will take a trip to the line. 40% from the free throw line this year. Has a chance to put the first 4 up on the board for the Blue Jays this evening, and the first one is good to go. Following tonight's action, the boys of Liberty will take on the boys of Staley at 8 o'clock. Mihalik gets the second free throw to go, and this is Neff taking the ball up. Now back out to Salgado. One-on-one with Taylor, and to Ferrara, back out to Reynolds. Loses the ball, and they're going to get Allie Taylor on a foul. That is her first. Staley finds themselves on the wrong side of a 4-0 run to start the game. Salgado cross court to Ferrara, one-on-one with Mary Mason. Up and can't get it to go. Board Taylor. This is Mason. Back out to Jillian Fleming, going to try for a 3, no good. Mihalik with another offensive rebound, can't get the foul, and they're going to call jump ball. And this one will go to Staley. Reynolds out to Ferrara. One-on-one with Mason, now back to Neff. Top of the key, dribbles in. Out to Iko Lane. Takes time, dribbles in. Shot is well short. Salgado offensive rebound. Going for the up and under. Reverse layup. Nice move by Salgado to put the Falcons on the board. 5:15 to play here in the first. Mary Mason one-on-one with Lane, gonna toss one up. Might have been some contact there, shot is well short. Salgado's able to get it out to Neff, who finds Lane right through the hands. Heiko Lane was open, but overthrown by Gracie Neff, and the ball will go back towards Liberty's basket. Falcons will have to keep hold of Olivia Nelson, who's put up 15.78 points per game this year. In a year that has not yet included a loss for the Liberty Blue Jays, and takes a 3, no good. Board Reynolds. Neff out to Salgado, gonna dribble in. Now back out to Ferrara. Neff gonna take time, slow the offense down a little bit. Only down 2. No look pass, Salgado into the corner, nice pass. And now back out to Neff. Falcons having a hard time getting anything offensive going on this possession. Now this is Neff, who's going to take a 3, no good. Reynolds with the rebound. A little under 4 here to play in the opening minutes. Liberty head coach Joe Price lying in wait. See what his offense has for him. That's Mary Mason with a 3, no good. Liberty loves to take the three ball. They have been unsuccessful this evening thus far. Salgado out to Iko Lane. Dribble in, pass is batted. Still able to get it to Salgado. It's a pick from Lane and loses the ball. And they are going to get a jump ball, and the ball will go. Possession arrow in favor of Liberty. And Lizzie Bame will check in for Iko Lane. Allie Taylor is out. Alex Darling is in for Liberty. Nelson gonna take a three. Air ball. And you can hear it from the student section. Maybe just a little too anxious there. Wanted to take the deep three. Poor shot selection for Nelson, who's been 40% from three this year. Very ill-advised shot. Now this is Neff. Back out to Lizzie Bain up near the top of the key, and that's out to Ferrara. This is the dribble rebound, recovers nicely. It's a Salgado one-on-one with Darling, gonna throw it up off the glass, misses the rim, rebound. Salgado out to Ferrara. Gonna take a three. A little long and off the glass, missed the rim. And that's Jillian Fleming with the rebound. Jillian Fleming comes into the game with 98 rebounds, a chance to get to that elusive 100 mark this evening. Already got one there. And this is Mary Mason with Lizzie Bame. Heard some contact. They're not going to get it, and the shot's no good. Now put back up by Olivia Tinoco. Her first 2 points of the game. And in a low-scoring first half, this is Salgado for three. Good. Low-scoring first quarter. Salgado changes that, though, able to get a three. Salgado is responsible for the first 5 Falcon points. Say that 3 times fast. No good from Nelson Board Reynolds. This is Neff out to Salgado, going to take another three. And gets this one to go. Falcons take a lead. So much for no offense in the first quarter. Salgado has put the offensive unit on her shoulders with 1:15 to play in the first, and this is Liv Nelson. Back out to Olivia Tinoco. Down low, and Mahalik is able to get some contact. That's Salgado, who's going to be fouled. And Alex Darling will check out. And number 23, Mariana Tompkin. And this will be Mary Mason getting ready to inbound the ball. Out to Nelson. Motioning for Tomka to come up. And now a three is off the mark, and that's Iko Lane with the rebound. And Liberty has been very unsuccessful with the three ball early on. Falcons have found a quick answer and find themselves with a 2-point lead with 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. Ferrara out to Lane. Salgado is on the bench. She has all 8 points for the Falcons tonight. Ferrara looking to change that. Can't just yet, and that's Tomka with the rebound. Nelson out of bounds on the other side of the court. Now we'll take it in motion. Gonna look to get the last shot off. Gets the play from Coach Price. This is Fleming, and Mary Mason back out to Nelson. Needs a shot. 1 second left. Lobs it up. And an errant shot, and after 8 minutes, the Falcons find themselves with an 8-6 lead due to an offensive tear from Fabiola Salgado, who has taken 2 threes and made 2 threes and is responsible for the other 2 points. We'll go to the second quarter. Again, Staley 8, Liberty 6.
get her number.
So following a performance from the Liberty cheerleaders, we will resume play. That's Ferrara with a mid-range jumper, good to go. And Ferrara gets herself up on the stat sheet with 2 points. Mary Mason fakes a three now into Allie Taylor, back out. This is Fleming who wants a three, no good. Another missed three for the Liberty Blue Jays. And these missed threes are the reason they find themselves down 4 early. That's Ferrara who wants 2 more off the glass, able to get it to go. So following 8 from Salgado in the first quarter, Ferrara has answered with 4. We got a 12-6 ball game. Mary Mason for 3. Way off the mark. What has happened to the Liberty Blue Jays in the early minutes of this game? We are a minute into the second quarter, and the Falcons have seemed to come up with an offensive and defensive answer after 4 opening points from the Blue Jays, and they are going to get Aaliyah Jackson is fouled on the floor. No, they're going to say it was on the shot. That was Allie Taylor with the foul, and Jackson will take her first 3, gets it to go. Jackson looking for the second. No good. Nelson calls out the play and waits for the offense to set up. This is Katie Mihalik, and the pass is intended for Jillian Fleming, a little too far outside of the right. Ball goes out of bounds. This will be Staley's ball. Timeout called by Liberty. So far in the game, the Falcons have been able to limit Suburban Conference Red leading scorer Olivia Nelson. Meanwhile, Morgan Ferrara, who's put up 15 a game for Staley, she's second in the scoring category, Suburban Conference Red. Has been able to find 4 quick points. And now this is Lane. Out to Neff. This is Jackson. Gracie on the pick and roll. Nobody's able to see her. Now corner pass broken up by Reynolds. So the ball will stay with the Falcons. Ferrara in the corner with Mary Mason now out to Neff. Although I haven't scored yet, Neff a focal point in the offense, and now Ferrara. And they are going to get a foul on the shot. Might have been a toss-up. From here it looked somewhat clean. Nonetheless, Morgan Ferrara is going to shoot 2. And first one in and out. Second one is good to go. And Staley finds themselves up by 8. And in the first half of this game, these Liberty Blue Jays and their undefeated streak is looking as though it may be in a little bit of jeopardy here. Still early. Turnover by Jackson, breaking free. And a foul by Mary Mason. Jackson will go back to the line and shoot 2. Jackson was in the clear. Nice job by Mary Mason to run her down. Gets the contact on the shot. Jackson has been to the line once. 1 out of 2 now, 2 out of 3. And the Falcons are, second one no good, find themselves up 9 with 5:45 to play in the second quarter. And if the Liberty Blue Jays want to find themselves back into this game, they're going to need some help from their 2 best scorers. Here's Fleming for 3. They're going to need more of that. That's Jillian Fleming, who's been 38.3% from 3 points this year. Able to get her first 3 points of the game. And the Jays are going to need more out of her, along with their point guard, Olivia Reynolds. This one is off the toes of Alex Darling. Now they're going to say it was off a Staley Falcon. Liberty ball. Reynolds has not yet been able to get up into the score column. Now Alex going to take another 3. That's Fleming. Excuse me. Cross court to Lane. Going for the home run ball. 2-on-1 down low. Lane's going to have to take it back out. And now trapped in the corner. And they're going to say Lane stepped out of bounds. They're going to turn it over. Great crowds on both sides of the court this evening. Of course, the Staley Falcons will be hosting their winter informal following the boys' game that starts at 8 o'clock. It's out to Mary Mason. Fleming out to Reynolds. Neff has done a good job one-on-one with Reynolds, playing defense, but the mid-range is good. And you should have known the Falcons were not going to run away with this game. The 17-0 Liberty Blue Jays have found themselves back into the game with 4 to play in the first half. This is Lane. I think that's 3 seconds. They're going to call a foul on Ferrara. And again, the momentum beginning to shift back into favor of the Liberty Blue Jays. Give it back to Nelson, who got past Neff on the previous possession for 2 points. Mary Mason is unable to get the 3 off, dribbles in, and no good. This is Salgado with the rebound. Out to Gracie Neff. Both point guards really not able to do much offensively thus far. Falcons have relied heavily on Salgado and Ferrara for their points this evening. Meanwhile, on the Liberty side, Jillian Fleming is responsible for the team's only 3-pointer for the Blue Jays. This is Ferrara going to take a mid-range, gets it to go. And the Falcons now have a 6-point lead. Reynolds going to keep drive. Nicely done by the leading conference scorer, who's now got 6 on the game. Press defense now on Gracie Neff up the court. Backs off a little now. Reynolds in the corner. Salgado out to Lane. Weave out to Reynolds, who wanted to take the 3, but dishes it back out to Neff. Now Lane's going to take a 3 from the corner and gets it to go. Aiko Lane has her first 3 points of the game. And The 3-ball chance starting to erupt from the Falcons student section. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Darling's going to take a 3. Lefty is unable to convert, and here's Nelson back with the full court press and now backs off at half court. This is Lane. Now Reynolds. Neff in the corner, one-on-one with Liv Nelson. Now sees an opening. Corner 3 from Ferrara is long. Missed the rim entirely. It's just been a little too quick there from Ferrara. Heavily contested in the corner by, I believe that was Nelson. And now Mary Mason. Liv Reynolds is beat down low and gets the foul and 1. Chance for a 3-point play for the Liberty Blue Jays, and this is Mihalik. 7 of 18 from the free throw line this year. Hear the roars from the student section trying to distract Mihalik. And perhaps it may work because Mihalik is now 7 of 19 on the year. That free throw percentage just ticked down. Neff with 45 seconds left. Wonder if they'll have one of their marquee longer possessions in play for the final shot of the half. Up 5. Do not want to give the ball back to the Blue Jays. Reynolds is going to take it back out to Neff. And again, they're just trying to eat time off the clock. Neff calls the play. Reynolds backs off. Nelson backs off. Reynolds looking to set the pick. Unsuccessful. That Neff is open. Long 3. Gracie Neff. 5 seconds to go. Mary Mason's going to take a 3. They're not going to get a shot off, and the Falcons are up by 8 points. The 17-0 Liberty Blue Jays down 8 to the Falcons early. One more half to go, but Liberty's winning streak is, in fact, in jeopardy after the first half.
I don't know if this is weird though, but like my cousins.
Yeah, Cece and Audrey!
I see stuff like
And Maddie!
the Cowboys. So that's why I focus. But do you think my plan would have been better, or does this still look like the Cowboys on the street? I think the
us to mention the time frequently because we don't have a clock on screen.
What? What's up? I'm up there right now. Yeah, I have to announce. I don't know if I'm necessary or not. I haven't eaten yet or anything. How long were you guys doing? I gotta get ready for the other day. Wants to turn the video.
Staley Falcons, who only put 28 up on the board in their last meeting away at Liberty. And they find themselves up by 8. And this is Mary Mason looking to start things off with a 3 off the rim and up over the backboard. And again, Liberty has had a very difficult time from 3 tonight. Put 45 up in their last meeting with Staley. And to put it bluntly, they are not following the same pace this evening. This is Reynolds out to Salgado, who's got 2 big threes. 8 points on the game. Now pass broken up. That's Jillian Fleming looking to push. This is Reynolds one-on-one with Neff. Drives right through for the right-handed layup. And the conference leader in scoring now has 8 on the game. So it's apparent what Liberty's going to try and come out and do here. They're playing very aggressively on defense. That's the second pass broken up, although the Falcons are able to recover. Salgado dribbles in, off the glass, nice floater from Salgado. First double-digit score of the night. That's 10 for Salgado, 25 for the Falcons, who lead 25-17, 6:30 to go in the third quarter. Jillian Fleming gets a couple steps, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, no, jump ball. Aiko Lane was able to get in there. The ball will go to Staley. Nice job by Aiko Lane to get in there. And now Gracie Neff, who's taken 1 3 and buried it, a long 3 in the closing minutes of the first half. Gets it back one-on-one. Reynolds has done a pretty good job of playing defense. The one shot that Neff was able to make was a long 3-pointer. Not much you can do about that if you're Nelson. This is Lane over to Ferrara, who's been matched with Mary Mason all evening. Liberty's man defense has proven to be ineffective at times, and that's Liv Reynolds, who's able to draw the foul. Reynolds is 63% from the line, was 17 of 27, now 18 of 28. It's her first point of the evening. Chance for a second. Short. Rebound Fleming. Out to Nelson. Takes her time up the court. Waiting for the command from Coach Price. Little spin move and finds Fleming back out to Mary Mason, who takes a corner 3, buries it. 6-point game. And Mary Mason gets her first 3 points of the night, and they're big. From 9 points down to 6, and now the ball's taken by Reynolds, who drives on Lizzie Boehm. No contact. Reynolds has 10 points, and what was an 8-point lead has now been cut in half. Falcons need an answer. This is Ferrara out to Reynolds. Ferrara's going to take a 3. No good. Allie Taylor with the rebound. And the momentum shifting back to the Liberty Blue Jays. 4:20 to play in the third quarter. Reynolds mid-range gets it to go. And Liv Reynolds is heating up. Timeout Falcons. Liv Nelson is heating up. Excuse me. When you have two Olivias, you're going to mix them up. And now the Liberty crowd is getting into the game because they know that their team is gathering momentum. Coach Butts has the team in the huddle, going over a little bit of strategy, figuring out how they're going to stop Liv Nelson, who's come out strong in the third quarter. Along with a three-pointer from Mary Mason, and Falcons are clinging on to a 2-point lead, 26-24. A much different game than we saw a few weeks ago when Liberty ended up on top by 17. And based on what we've seen here through 2.5, I don't think we'll be seeing a similar storyline in this one. And this is Gracie Neff. So Liv Nelson has 12 points, and she's also been able to contain the Lindenwood commit Gracie Neff. And now this is Jackson out to Reynolds. Out to Ferrara. Pauses, now back out to Neff, who's wanted that three from the top of the key all night. He's been able to get one, but Nelson has been right there all game. Stellar defense, and now this one is knocked down. And now Ferrara's able to get it back. They're going to say it was off Nelson. Ball stays with the Falcons, and now this defensive strategy for Liberty is beginning to pay off. I don't know what Price told him at halftime, but clearly he did something right. Ferrara, and the ball's knocked away, and they're going to get a foul on Ferrara. That is her third foul with 3:20 to play in the third. And she'll take a seat on the bench in some foul trouble. And I believe Salgado is checked in for the Falcons in place of Morgan Ferrara. Salgado opened the offensive floodgates for the Falcons in the first half with 2 big threes. And now this is Nelson out to Tomk. Nelson and the Liberty offense being very patient. Nelson taking her time, getting the commands from Coach Price. Tries to put a move on Neff. Now Fleming down low, off the glass, fade away. Good to go. We've got a tie ball game. 2.5 to play in the third quarter. Liberty has come storming back. Falcons need answers on both sides of the ball, and that one was nearly ripped away. Now that one's batted down by Tomka. One-on-one with Reynolds. Out to Salgado. Iko Lane gonna take a three. No good. Lane's able to get her own rebound after a few juggles. Now gonna try to work inside. No good. Another rebound for Liberty, and this is Nelson. Dished out to Tomk, out to Mary Mason, and now they're going to get an over-the-back foul on the shot from Liv Reynolds. And now Liberty, after being down by as many as 8, gets a chance to take back the lead that they haven't really had since early in the first. And that's Jillian Fleming who knocks the first one down. 6 points. Tomk will check out. Tinoco in for the Blue Jays. Chance for another. Fleming gets it to go. And this Staley Falcon offense has come to a screeching halt. Jackson gets it to go. Knotted at 28, 90 seconds to play in the third quarter. Jackson gets her third and fourth points of the game. No good. That was Alex Darling. Rebounded by Salgado, who gets it out to Neff. Again, been limited offensively. Falcons have relied heavily on Salgado and Morgan Ferrara. Ferrara is out, 3 fouls. Gracie gonna take another 3. Missed wide. Home run ball pass to Nelson. Down court, no good. Iko Lane with the rebound. Pass was a little bit long. Nelson had to take time to recover. Ultimately tried for the reverse layup, couldn't get it to go. Salgado out to Jackson, out to Neff. Pick from Iko Lane. Salgado fakes a 3, and the pass is batted down by Mary Mason. She's got Neff one-on-one. Gets the call. Mary Mason will shoot 2. And with 23 seconds to go, this game looks like it'll come down to the closing minutes once we reach the 4th. Mary Mason gives Liberty a lead. That is her 4th point of the contest. Nailed a corner 3 to begin the second half earlier, and now a chance for a second free throw. Isn't able to get it to go, so the lead remains at 1 for Liberty following the first make, and now Jackson has a hard time with the ball. Jillian Fleming recovers, puts 2 points on the board, 3-point lead. 8 seconds to go. Down to 5, 4, 3, 2. Iko Lane is not going to get the shot off. There are 8 minutes of regulation basketball left to play in the Falcon Fieldhouse, and Liberty outscores the Falcons by 11 in the third quarter to take a 3-point lead.
Here comes some of the other ones here. I just fix that. But we don't have this.
I think that's actually. Oh, because I think I have to do like the first half until Gracie gets everyone. Liberty, after facing an 8-point deficit to begin the second half, has roared back. Leading scorer Liv Nelson has 12 points, and the Falcons lead. The Blue Jays lead 31-28. The Falcons need an answer for this Jays offense, and they need it quick, or this game is going to get out of their control, and Liberty will march to an 18-0 record. And Liberty knows what is on the line here. They were not going to relinquish their undefeated streak. And that's Jillian Fleming working inside on Ferrara to get 2 points. Jillian Fleming and Liv Nelson, 12 and 11 points respectively. Now this is Ferrara mid-range. No good. Offensive rebound, Iko Lane. Gonna take one down low. Able to get a foul. And they are going to say it was on the floor. Jackson is gonna come in for Ferrara. This is Gracie Neff out to Jackson. Reynolds passes out to Salgado. Working on Alex Darling, dribbles in, gets the bucket. 2 more points. Fabiola Salgado. 3-point game, 6:40 to play in the 4th quarter. Coming down to the wire in North Kansas City. Both crowds actively engaged in the game. This is not what you would call a snooze fest. Jillian Fleming. 2 points and a chance for a third. Count it, 13 points, Jillian Fleming. And a chance for a 14th, and the Falcons can feel this game slipping away from them after being up 8 points. After Liberty got the best of their exchange in the previous matchup. Big free throw here for Jillian Fleming. Buried. Lead is back up to 6 for the Liberty Jays, and you can feel the sense of urgency by the Falcons to get some points on the board. They have been incredibly limited since the emergence of the second half, and they're going to get Liv Reynolds on a foul. That is her second. And the team now has 5 in the second half, so.
Manage them. So some of them, it's not their quarter. Like, they're done.
Need to limit the physicality to avoid entering the bonus. And Liv Nelson, after a slow start, now has 12 points. No rush here. Opposite move from the pick, Tinoco for 3. Way off the mark, a little long. The line looked good, the distance, not so much. Salgado gonna dribble in, a 2-on-1 out to Reynolds, who's gonna take a 3. Short, rebound Fleming. Coach Price doing an excellent job of rallying his team after facing an 8-point, nearly a double-digit deficit out of the half. 5:10 left in regulation. Again, Reynolds and the rest of the Jays offense in no hurry. Moves right off the pick. Mary Mason wants a 3. Gets it to go. 9-point Liberty lead. And I can't stress this enough. Staley really needs an offensive answer right now. Shut down. They look to get it from Neff. Cross court to Salgado. Out to Iko Lane, who's seen a lot of minutes. Usually comes off the bench. Was one of the Falcons' 5 starters this evening. May want to get it to Salgado, who's been very good from 3 all year, but especially tonight. This is Neff out to Reynolds. Keeps in bounds. Flings it over to Ferrara. Cross court over to Neff. Falcons having a very difficult time dialing anything up on offense. Double pick move. Salgado's got a corner 3. No good. Offensive rebound, Ferrara. Knocked down Mary Mason. Stellar defense from the Liberty Blue Jays in the second half. Mason's got at least 2 blocks now in the half. Now this is Nelson gonna dribble in, bounce pass to Neko. And 1. Now a double-digit lead for Liberty.
The last time was a lot worse. Oh, was it? At least it's
And
close.
the mountain just gets that much steeper for the Staley Falcons. Sunoco's got a chance for a third point, which would result in a 12-point lead. Gets it to go. Good. Falcons down 12.
No, last year was being like half their points. I mean, not last year, but like 2 weeks ago.
Held in the 28 points. Ball ripped away by Reynolds, who breaks away. Easy 2 points. Nelson, 2 more. Full timeout for the Staley Falcons, who are reeling on both sides of the ball. 7 points in the second half, and there are only 3 minutes left to play. So needless to say, Falcons offense has stopped producing, and when your offense stops producing, it's hard to put points on the board. And we encourage you to stick around for the 8 o'clock game between the boys teams of both schools. And following for the Staley Falcons student body, the winter informal dance. Celtics are up for you Celtic fans. They lead by 1 over Atlanta. .3:15 to go. And the Falcons, after having an
really were when we
point
first got here, because I think at one time it was like 28-28 or something.
relinquished it in a rather quick manner. Now trail by 14, and this is Ferrara. Bounce pass broken up, and turnovers have been a big part of this offensive strain for the Falcons. After finding an answer early on, the Falcons have been unable to stop Liv Nelson.
Shot clock in high school.
No, they don't have shot clock.
Responsible for 14 of the 44 points this evening for the Liberty Blue Jays. And again, we can see that down tempo.
Enjoy the club.
Conservative style.
I don't want to.
And it would take something pretty extreme, I think, at this point. 2:20 to play. Blue Jays to relinquish this lead. Fleming wants a 3. It's no good. And now Gracie Neff, who's been shut down offensively. Long pass to Reynolds. Unable to lead it to go. And now the Falcons, desperation mode. Gracie Neff with the foul on Nelson.
That would have been good.
17. Liberty is into the bonus. Nelson will shoot 1 and 1.
Yeah. What are other options?
Following a 30-second timeout from the Falcons.
Oh, is she gonna run?
I think she's gonna run. I think she's gonna try to dance there and then just have her see.
That's good.
Yeah, good.
To play, and Nelson will take the first of what can potentially be 2. She's shooting 1 and 1. First free throw is up. First free throw is good. And we knew early on a big part of the Jay's success would be the efficiency of Liv Nelson on the offensive side of the ball. She's now got 15.
That was so funny.
Make it 16.
Thank God it didn't hurt her. That's what I was worried about.
Meanwhile,
I didn't see
she's
her getting
also
up.
done her job.
She was slow getting up.
Defensively, holding Gracie Neff to 3 points, who took 1 3-pointer from quite a ways out and was able to get it to go. Ferrara, another ill-advised shot. This is Nelson looking to get 2 more. Gets 2 more. 18 points, 90 seconds to play, and you can pretty much dub this one as over. Neff no look to Aiko Lane, who draws a foul, and she'll shoot 2. Liberty was accountable for the first 4 points of the game, then had a stretch where they were really unable to get anything going from 3 points, and then coming out of the half, offense found an answer, and the Staley defense really was never able to counter and negate the offensive strategy, which is apparent in our score. Aiko Lane hits her first free throw. Now 17 points. And the Liberty Jays can taste that 18th victory of the year. And it looks like when the Lady Jays exit the building this evening, there will still be a 0 in that loss column. Following the timeout, Lane had actually taken her second free throw. Lady Liberty Jays will see action again on what looks to be Monday evening. They will take on Park Hill South. .122 remains.
Because you're not going to score 18 points or 17 in a minute 22.
1 and 1.
It's not going to happen.
Another big difference in this game. Staley now has 8 fouls, and Liberty, only 3.
Liberty doesn't need to do is run the clock out.
Right.
Fleming can't get her free throw to go, and now Salgado's going to take a 3 off the rim, and coming out of halftime, it appears that the ability to manufacture points for the Falcons kind of just evaporated, and now we are under a minute. .50 seconds now.
Ah, dang it.
They're on a good streak.
That
About 30
Ferraris.
seconds. Yeah. Burn a lot off of that.
Fourth foul of the game.
Well, I better go check on Mother. Yeah.
Nico will check out. Shooting 1 and 1. Jillian Fleming first free throw up. First free throw good. She had 24 in the contest against Staley a few weeks ago. Not quite going to put up the same numbers, but I'm sure she's satisfied with her performance. Given that it was crucial to the team to win, you can never be upset with a win and a performance such as that. Number 2, Alyssa Griffith, is going to check in and play the finalizing seconds. Neff cross court. Ferrara's going to fling up a three, in and out. Very ill-advised shot. Almost got it to go, though. Nelson is cross court. 30 seconds to play. 19-point Liberty lead. This is Griffith out to Mason. With 20 to play. And you can hear it. And the Liberty bleachers started slow, came out of the half strong.
With history in KC for 15 years, Charlie Gomez has a true passion for serving others and putting his clients first. He will go above and beyond with customized step-by-step experience to help put you and your family in a home today. Contact Charlie Gomez Real Estate at charliegomez@kw.com or 816-977-1318. We'd like to thank our N2 Sports sponsor from Insurance Express for their support of North Kansas City schools and activities. Contact Rusty for a free quote today and let Insurance Express find the best insurance policy for you.